Welcome back, everybody. Raheem, the night for you has not gone how you thought it was going to go. You are not with the rest of your coterie. You are in an ER area, alone with somebody who just took your phone.
Second time in 2 nights is becoming to be a trend.
And you do see that he does put your phone in his pocket of his navy scrubs.
So tell me, friend, why are you here?
I'm working?
No, I mean, why are you really here? Do you need the cash that badly? Huh?
I mean, you've seen how expensive rent is around here.
And Siren Wayward Roses? That part of your job?
Now, who said I was siring anybody?
I did.
Well, how do you know that's true?
Because, despite the fact I'm very old, I am literate, and I do know how to add 1 + 1.
There's also a lot of roses here in the city.
Not a lot who would just leave a child there abandoned like that in the midst of a frenzy. But nice try. Go ahead. Give me another excuse. This is fun.
This really is fun. But she's not mine.
Can I do an insight check on that?
Yes, you can.
I don't believe that for a second. So this is a good time to bring out the vampire dice that I thought I had brought out, but didn't. Three successes.
He seems to be telling the truth.
Great. Great, 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 great. So who does she belong to then?
I don't know. Go ask any of the random garden patches that are in this city.
I already have. All roads lead right back to you, Aster.
Take it you talk to Daisy.
Among others.
Mm.
Alexander. See, I will say, did take me by surprise, especially considering you've known a friend of mine for quite some time.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I've done anything wrong. She's fine.
Are you really sure you haven't done anything wrong?
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Can I turn on awe?
Yes, you may.
I'd like my phone back now, please.
He grins at you and activates Daunt.
Is there a role to resist that?
I believe there is. Let me see. I do still have this book pulled up. Ha ha.
Watch there not be.
I know there is too. While I am sitting here, it is resolve and composure.
Oh, fun little willpower roll. Yeah, this is risky. I'm going to spend that willpower.
Oh no.
And I'm very, very, very glad that I did. So that is 4, 5, 6 successes with a crit.
Oof. He looks at you for a moment, like tilts his head a little bit, takes the phone out of his pocket, looks it over. Do you always leave your phone turned off?
Yeah, of course I do. Conservation of battery and all that. Isn't that how that works?
Not really, but sure. And he hands it over.
Well, see, back in the days of the flip phone and the walkie talkie, you didn't keep things on if you weren't using them. Maybe I'm just old fashioned. Now tell me what you're really doing here.
I'm working.
On what?
Well, currently I'm supposed to be working on you, but you seem to be doing just fine from your little tummy bug.
Oh, I can change that if you'd like. But working doesn't involve stealing corpses from the morgue, now does it? Your
Did
own words, you should be a little more careful.
Who has said that I have stolen a corpse?
Cameras did.
Did you get my face on them?
Would I be here if I didn't?
He pauses for a second. You seem kind of like does this for a little bit. You do know I'm not the only one who works here, right?
If there's one, there's more. I do know that, yes.
I can tell you how many are here.
Oh, I love a list.
Roll me a wits and awareness.
If you insist, I'd
Yes.
be more than happy to. Uh, 3 successes.
As you're looking around, you do see something flit from his shadow.
Flit from his shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Mind if I ask you pull back the veil a little bit? What does that mean to me?
So where he's standing is kind of dark, and you do
Mm.
see what looks like something humanoid shape, like swoop out underneath the curtain and disappear.
Do you happen to have 2 shadows nowadays? Or someone piggybacking on you?
Just likes to keep a close watch.
No more games. Or I'm going to make things real miserable for you.
The Hound or the Sheriff?
What do you mean?
I'm gonna guess that's one of the two that you're gonna send after me. And I'm not scared of either.
No, no, no. Beside, there's a tray beside me with like implements on it, right?
The tray beside you has the metal bucket that you threw the Sprite up in.
Mm-hmm.
There's no implements on it yet.
Ah, well. I'm just going to make sure that you look very bad at your job. After all, I would like to turn off uh, my blush of life, please.
Huh?
And I would like to convulse on the bed.
You see he reaches over and he turns off the monitor. And there are footsteps down the hall. They don't sound like they're moving fast, but he's just sitting there just like watching you with his arms crossed. And you do see the curtain pull aside. And you see Zachariah standing there.
Oh, well, fun while it lasted.
He looks from you to the blonde, back to you. What is going on here?
I found your corpse thief.
Oh.
I'm going to slowly undo the leads connecting me to the heart monitor.
You do see he looks at you. Zachariah looks at you, looks to Aster, and says something in Polish to him.
I fought in 2 world wars. Is there a chance I know enough Polish?
I will give you intelligence or wits. And let's go, because history is not a thing.
Academics?
Academics.
Okay, that's not a terrible roll for me. Oh dear. 4 successes, messy critical. Great night for me. Love this.
You do hear enough. You gather, because it's been a while since a world war happened. It's faint in your mind. But you do get the gist that he called him an idiot.
Okay. So either you knew or you're not that surprised. And I don't know which one was worse there, considering you had your mind erased the last time a body was stolen from you.
I did look through my list. Nothing was missing.
And yet, you saw the camera footage yourself.
I think you do not understand anything.
Explain it to me then.
And you do hear another footfall. And then another. What we are doing is none of your concern.
Perhaps I want to play.
I don't think you want to play in this game.
You don't know me as well as you think you do. Come on,
You don't know us.
enlighten me. Can I roll a persuasion check? I still have awe on.
Yes, you can.
And awe means I add my presence bonus, right?
You do.
Right. It has been a while.
In a while.
Persuasion is 2 plus awe. And I am using a power here, so I add an extra d10.
Who are you doing this on?
I'm gonna spend another willpower. This isn't. I'm already regretting my life choices. I am doing this on Zachariah,
Okay.
who I think is a bit more welcoming to me. Great. 7 successes. Messy critical.
Perhaps it's because you've had a rough couple of nights. You know, people keep randomly kidnapping you or holding you against your will.
Why?
Has started to irk you. And your beast is just like, we want out. We want answers. We want out. And you just see Zachariah briefly looks at you. I will give you one question.
What are you up to?
Creating chaos.
I have been around
Mm-hmm.
I've traveled somewhat far.
Mm-hmm.
There's only a few people I know who would respond like that. Only a few groups.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell me that I have not been kidnapped by the Sabbat again.
My dear friend, you have been kidnapped by the Sabbat again. Particularly because you've been around. You would gather the Zamitsi is the packed priest.
You lied to us. It's not a question.
I know.
I have to admit, that is a respectful play. So, now that I know, am I going to walk out of here scot free?
Yes.
Intriguing, if I may ask a bonus question.
No,
Any
you may
particular
not.
reason why? Okay.
I said
Then
one question.
you're right. Curiosity. Forgive me.
All right, since you are curious, because nobody will believe you and will be gone by before you reach the door.
Well, thank goodness you'll be gone, I say as I just walk out the door. And I better not get a damn bail.
You're able to leave the hospital, but as you pass the security guards to the thing, you do see that the one that Rhea called Izzy looks at you briefly with black eyes. And as you leave, back out, you do not see Rhea's van nor Vi's bike. You do, however, see a pickup truck and a figure walking from it towards the door.
I'll walk towards this character.
As you get closer, you do see the familiar silhouette of Vincent. He's got his hand on his side, which you do know from the previous night. He had been bitten by the fledgling that you guys staked and handed over to the hound. He kind of looks at you and stops. And then
Kid,
looks at the hospital between you and the hospital and just kind of like confusion a couple of times, like, what?
kid,
Huh?
you are not going to this hospital tonight. I'll drive you to a new one.
Okay, what's going on in the hospital? No, wait, I don't want to know.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought.
I don't want to know. Is this and he does point to you like, is this your guys' nonsense? And I don't want to know. I don't want to know. He does turn towards the vehicle, like getting to get back into the truck, and just like pops open the door for you to get in on the passenger seat.
I'm driving. You get in the passenger
No,
seat.
no, no.
You're injured.
I can still drive. I drove myself here. I drove myself to work. I drove myself home yesterday, which I'm still confused on what happened yesterday, but you know, it's fine.
Hey, let me drive you.
Hand you the keys and like half-heartedly slides over. You do see before he slides over into the passenger seat, he does throw like some, looks like a mail and a hat in the back seat.
I turn off all.
Wait, what are you doing here? I thought you guys didn't get sick.
I had some bad Sprite.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that your bird?
Where?
You see on the hood of the car, Seth has landed and just staring at you with like some big eyes.
Well, get inside.
The absolute look of smug yes before wiggling into the like swooping in.
All right. I'll drive him to the nearest hospital.
So wait, are like all hospitals like this?
No, this is just a bad one. That's all.
I mean, I could just
Terrible
go home and take.
surface.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I've heard the rumors that this one's like trash.
The heart monitors aren't working as intended.
Oh, uh, I could just go home. It's really not that bad. It just hurts. So I was
Do
just
you have
like,
insurance?
I got my parents' insurance. They haven't kicked me off of it yet.
Then get the help while you still can.
I mean, it's not that bad. I just banged it against the counter and it hurts a bit.
Clearly, it's a bit worse than that. They don't want to be blossom into a worse problem. Trust me on that.
What hunger are you at?
2.
You can smell a little bit of blood.
Open wound, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't remember how I got it. He does like gesture to like his side, and you just see like he pulls his shirt up a little bit to see like he's got like a gauze bandage on it that he's like put something, and there's like a little bit of blood on it. It hurts. It's a little red, and it's
Yeah.
weird. I don't know. I don't know how. I mean, I could have fallen on something. It hurts a bit.
Oh, don't worry about it. We'll get it fixed up.
I mean, I could just. I don't think it's gonna be all right.
Hey,
There's like an urgent care center. Like we could go there. I don't. Hopefully, there's no.
sure. We'll do that. And hey, I pull out a $20 bill that I stole from a corpse the other night for a taxi ride home. I'll leave this car beside the diner.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I have money. Sai
No,
pays
don't be
better than.
ridiculous.
I mean, Sai pays pretty well, mostly because she doesn't want me to like talk about the business.
She doesn't want you to talk about a diner.
I mean, like your guys' business.
Slinging coffee.
Yeah, that.
Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Take the money. I don't need it.
Okay. You just see he reaches over and he takes it. And just kind of looks at you and goes, okay, as long as you don't ding it, my dad's gonna freak out.
Of course not.
Thank
And
you.
I let my hand linger a little bit on his.
You guys don't like have like like I dimly remember getting attacked yesterday. Y'all don't have like an infectious bite, do you? I don't have to worry about like bacteria. Oh my god, is this how I become like you guys?
No, it is not. It is not how you become. Some of us have an infectious bite, but it's not like that. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
Oh good, because I don't know if I could handle that. Like,
Well, if it were an infectious bite, you'd be like, oof, half in the grave by now. But you're not, so you're all right.
oh god. Okay. All right. Yeah, urgent care. I'll Uber home.
Please do.
Yeah, as long as you leave it at the diner, I can get back
No
there.
problem. Don't worry about it.
Ignore all the mail. My ex was supposed to
It's
pick it up.
fine. Just take a deep breath. You'll be all right. I just drive him to the entire time. I'm like, it's okay. Everything's fine. You're all right. Over and over and over again.
He is having a little bit of a panic in the passenger seat. But overall, he when you get there, he does get out, like hesitates for a moment because like the truck's a nice truck. Like it's very obvious like it's a newer model truck, and he's just like, yeah, thanks.
No problem at all.
He does like shut the door and like walks into the urgent care and make me a wits and awareness.
Oh my god. If I swear, if there's more Sabbat here, I will fight someone. About had it with these people. 3 successes.
I'm gonna DM you something.
Oh, great.
And then where do you go?
I go to the diner and then I'll walk to the church.
Okay. You easily accomplish that. Seth is not happy to be back out in the rain. He
Just
is
hang out.
side-eyeing you.
Just hang out in the rafters. You'll be fine.
There is more sulky owl noises. But you are able to get to the church. And as you get towards the church, you do realize that one of the doors is still partially ajar.
You get up in those rafters and you stay there. And I kind of rush through.
As you rush through, the door is a bit hard to open. You are able to knock it open to get in.
I
And
will turn on silence of death.
As you walk into the familiar dark surroundings of the church, there's maybe a light on towards the end. You do see what was blocking the door is a decapitated body.
I turn on Oblivion Sight now.
Like normal, this church is very old, very haunted. And you do see like the familiar white wisps here and there, the occasional actual corporeal figure of a ghost just gliding by. They don't seem to realize you. The body is laying kind of against the back of the door. You get a feeling like that was probably where it was discarded. And there is, through the grayish haze, blood trail heading towards where you know Max's office is.
I'm going to lift up the body, hoist it over my shoulder, and quietly, obviously, rush in that direction.
You
Can't
are
leave
able.
a body just in front of the church.
You are able to do that with no problem. And as you rush through the doors of Max's office, you do see Max and Rhea near a map. You don't see Mason. You can hear the dogs growling. And to your back is a very tall man with almost platinum white hair, who is holding the severed head.
I turn off silence of death. I drop the body and I say, "You drop this."
He does look over your shoulder, and you are high humanity.
Yeah.
The instant he looks at you, you feel a chill run through your spine. He is the opposite. He does look at you, to the body. I am aware where I left it.
Rule number 1 of holy places: don't leave a body at the front of a church.
He does look at Max and goes, I assume this is one of the others.
Raheem, Eloise, Raheem.
Enchanted, I'm sure.
An absolute pleasure.
Since when do you come in and sloppy, Eloise? You know that although this is outside of business hours, we are open to the public all the time, right?
I am aware.
Then please don't drop bodies in my foyer.
Next time I'll let them eat you then.
I don't know. I think I'll take my chances of 5 against 1, but I do appreciate. Why are you here?
I was curious about why Ash had me translate German from a notebook.
I'm engaging in some light reading. Got hooked up in an old turn of phrase.
I do believe that is what Google is for,
I'm old.
as am
I barely
I.
know how to Bing.
You do see he like turns around and puts the head on top of the body. I'll take care of it. I'm glad you got her text. This is concerning.
You
Do
tell
I know
me.
who Sorry. Do I know who Eloise is?
He's the seneschal.
What's probably more concerning is that there are two Sabbat packs wandering about your city tonight.
Interesting. I'm going to guess the other one was at the hospital.
They told me that they will move out before I walk out the door, and I've walked out that door about half an hour ago.
Do you know any of their names?
Aster, Zechariah, Izzy. The one by Aster also goes by Alexander. And I do think there's one more. Bald headed.
You do see he pauses to like think for a moment. And gets almost a feral smile on his face. I know exactly who they are. I'll take care of them.
Thank you.
Do you think they are the ones behind? And he points to the body.
I think I've been in contact with two Sabbat packs tonight, and both of them deny any knowledge of. And I point, like, nod my head towards the body.
Someone's lying, so it's only a matter of time to figure out which one it is.
I'll say this: Zachariah started off his relationship lying, so I have no doubt that he would lie further.
Yes, knowing what I do of him, he seems to be the more likely culprit.
Hmm. Your last
He
name
did
wouldn't.
introduce himself as Zachariah, correct?
Yeah, he did.
Interesting.
Dragon. Hoarded up in the morgue. Although, considering Sabbat, they probably don't call themselves that anymore.
He did say he had permission from the prince, didn't he?
Probably another lie.
That's one of the reasons I was here as well. The prince is not available for me to speak to, but it is weird that he would let a fiend of all things hang out around that hospital.
Maximus is gonna walk over from like the map on the corkboard and just kind of stand like in front of Alois and look up to him. Up, how tall is he? God,
How tall is Max?
I think Max is like 6'2".
You guys are about eye level.
Alois, you are out of your goddamn mind if you think that for a second I don't expect that you knew about 3/4 of what was going on here. I've worked for you. Why is the city invested with the Sabbat again?
That is my question. I knew the menace had left. I don't know when he snuck back in.
2 or 3 nights ago is my best guess.
Oh, that's even better. Do you know where he is?
By his account, he was leaving again, but I look back over it. Raheem, enlighten us if you've heard anything different.
I give the address I stayed at this morning.
Oh. And how many was in there?
4.
All kindred?
Yes.
Interesting. And the other pack. I'll handle this. Don't worry about it.
Well, I'm so sorry we had to meet under such circumstances, but it is a pleasure to meet you. I reach out my hand.
You see, he looks at it briefly.
Maximus doesn't move if it's like in between. If he's in between the two, he doesn't move.
Looks like he's about to go shake your hand. Realizes that that was the hand that is covered in blood and just kind of holds it up like, do you really want to shake? Like, just looking at you like, do you still want me to shake your hand?
Of course.
He does reach over and take it.
Martinez, right?
Who?
Sorry. Had you confused with someone else.
He does look at Max.
I'm new.
Maximus has an eyebrow raised.
I get confused.
Does happen to us who are older.
God, some days I wish I could be young again.
I promise you, it's not all it's hyped up to be.
Well, I will take this and get it disposed of. And I will look in to see where the others went. If any more pop up, let me know. And he
Of course.
looks at the body for a brief moment, looks to Rhea. Can you identify clans?
Yes.
Can you identify this one's?
Well, its blood is all over the church, so probably. And I lean down, turn my back to the group, lean down to where the head and the body are, and take a taste.
You get that this one was also Caitiff.
Staying down on the ground, I turn my head around. This one belongs to no one.
The product of weak vitae for certain, which leads me to believe that younger kindred are doing this.
They're Kaitiff as old as I am. Unless it's a thin blood and doesn't look like it. Don't take things for granted. Clanless appear almost anywhere for almost any reason.
So
Maximus rolls his eyes.
So maybe this one wasn't part of it. Maybe this one was killed for nothing. And I'm still on the floor and my back is turned to everyone.
I assure you, when he attacked me, I was defending myself.
You do remember what it was like, don't you? That first false breath. Some of us aren't in our right mind.
I am aware.
You defended yourself against a child. I don't know if I call it defense.
Hmm. Do you want me to take care of him or do you want to keep him? He does look at Rhea.
It had a family, it had a home before tonight. Somebody somewhere deserves closure.
And he's fresh enough it could be a gang killing.
Does he have a wallet?
I'm still down there. I'll check the pocket.
You do pull out a wallet.
I open it.
His name is Richard Malone.
Is there an address? Do they live nearby?
Yes. He's native of Dallas. Looks like lives more towards Fair Park.
How old is this individual?
Late 30s.
Is there a ring?
No.
I stand back up and I turn around and you can see that Rhea has streaks of blood on her face. She's been crying. And I hand the wallet to the seneschal. I don't have access to abandoned cars that could accidentally go over a bridge, but I'm sure that you do.
I will take care of it. You
Thank
do
you.
see for the briefest moment, like he looks caught off guard by the fact that you are crying. Reaches into like his pocket and pulls out like a handkerchief to hand to you. Almost like he's a little stunned that someone is crying over someone who's dead.
I take the handkerchief, dab away my tears because I don't really want to ruin the makeup, but I'll dab away the tears. If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go clean up the foyer. Pardon me. And I leave the room.
I'll walk you out, Eloise.
Ah, a gentleman. He reaches down and does like pick up the body as if it weighs almost nothing. Looks at Raheem again. Azra, correct? The one who watches you.
I prefer a long, enduring friendship.
Will you please text her those names?
Already on it.
Thank you. And he does look towards the door where he assumes Mason is. I apologize for frightening your dogs.
Doesn't say anything. Just never breaks eye contact.
And he does let Max walk him out.
I take him to the back door, which leads to the not so viewable by the public eye area behind the church. In fact, there's probably like a dumpster and a small like parking area for staff back here. This is not a small problem, Alice, and quite frankly, all of those in this coterie except Mason are going to be too soft to handle the Sabbat. They are sympathetic to the fledglings.
I am aware.
This is why I left. Three Sabbat packs in this city in the same number of nights, and you knew nothing about it?
I have been indisposed.
Your job is to not be.
Are you telling me how to do my job, Maximus?
I'm telling you that this problem is going to grow exponentially if it is not taken care of now. You have my number. You know how efficient I am. Send me where I need to go.
Ash will text you. I don't have a phone. And if they are too compassionate, leave them behind. If you have to go deal with something. Last thing I need is, think any of us need is tears blinding us to what's going on. I'll worry about finding out where Zachariah is. I'm not too concerned about the weirdling. He does put the body in one of the cars that's back there. It's an older model. Looks like a sports car.
As far as I'm concerned, Remy is just here to enjoy the chaos of what's going on. I wouldn't put it beneath him to be part of this orchestrated event, but I don't think that it's his operation.
I don't think so either.
We have a
Maybe-
hunter to deal with. So until you have,
Oh, another one. Interesting.
well, the one, but
Do you have a
that's
name?
what we'll be working on until you get back to me.
I will. I'll try and see if you are interested going to talk to the one in Irving. I believe the Baron still has him in his hands.
I don't see a downside to that.
Excellent. Well, good night, Max.
Safe nights, Eloise.
He does shut the door and gets in the driver's seat. It's probably the first time you've ever seen him operate a motor vehicle. And he does drive off. And Rahim, you had asked Azra to look into the security. And she did text you back. A little saucy. You sounds like she was a little busy when she did respond back. It's just a photo of a familiar face. You know that the one name is Abbott, who was the computer technician at Parkland, whom you got all of that technology from, or the videos from. And you just get a question mark.
I text her the 2 lists of names from each Sabbat pack.
She texts you back. Oh joy.
You have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow night. I'm sure.
She texts you back. Love you too with a little kissy face. And then the semicolon with the like the P for like sticking out her tongue. Like she's joking with you.
Mason, you staying here tonight? Or you going out into the woods?
Not sure where I'm gonna bunk up, but I ain't staying here. I've gotta rein in a contact of mine and get a few eyes on things. And as he's saying that, Mason walks around and he's scooping up Lola and getting Bo's attention with just a couple of quick snaps and starts making his way towards the back exit out of the church here. I'll see you all tomorrow.
When you pick up Lola, she is shaking. Her little paws are trembling a bit. Bo, it takes a little coaxing to get him out from underneath the desk. But he does slink around. And normally Bo's very chill and laid back. But he's doing the equivalent of if he did have a tail, it'd be tucked in between his legs.
Mason will reach into his jacket pocket and go ahead and pull out 2 treats and give one to each of them, Lola and Bo. I'll meet y'all back here tomorrow night. I got limited time left before the sun comes up to get asses in gear. He's going to step out.
You have a good night.
Maximus would pass him on the way coming in. Be safe out there, Mason.
Do my best.
And Rhea, as you are cleaning up the foyer, you feel something alight down on your shoulder.
I freeze and look out of the corner of my eye.
It's Seth.
Run my fingers under to get him to stand on my fingers and then put him on the edge of a pew and sit next to him on the pew and just stare at him. You ever wonder what it's all for?
Oh,
Me too.
he does bristle a bit. Goes back to preening a feather.
I stand up. I imagine I'm pretty good at cleaning up a blood spill. So I'll finish up with that, put the stuff away, and sit back down in the pew. I have my bag on me with my knife in the bag. So I'm just kind of sitting in the pew with my hand in my bag, resting on the knife, trying to figure out what happens next.
He alights down onto your knee and just kind of does you've never seen him hyper affectionate,
Mhm.
but he does like nestle against you. Like he knows you're upset and is trying to give comfort. He's a little wet.
That's fine. You know that thing where like birds kind of go like up into your hair?
Mhm.
So I let him get up in there and I kind of cover him up and just kind of accept his presence for a moment.
It is a bit difficult. He is ginormous.
Yeah, that's okay. Just, so is my hair.
He likes you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there.
Most people don't.
Most people see me then forget me.
I don't think I'd do that, especially after today. You know, he was born in captivity. That's why he's so good with human emotions.
He's very sweet.
Hmm. Found him in a zoo near Bangladesh.
I look down at him. You've traveled far, huh? And I give him the under the beak.
When you like us, you have to. You all right?
Think so? And you just see a little bit of the blood start to well up in the corner of my eye.
Follow-up question. You lying to me right now or to yourself?
I thought I was the doctor.
A lot of people have a tendency to mistake my softness for weakness.
Same.
But they are right in that I am soft. I pick up on things.
The only reason I haven't bounced is because I thought we were doing something here. I mean, we were trying to make a safe space. And I looked down at my hands. It still had like a little bit of the blood and the chemicals on my hands from cleaning up the floor. This is not a safe space. And I've been putting off doing what I came here to do because I thought
Safe isn't an adjective, it's a verb. It requires active participation. You want this place to be safe, you keep it safe. Stops being safe, you make it safe again. It's the nature of things.
yeah, but what if everyone's definition of what's safe is just a little bit different?
Oh, you mean Maximus?
I really like that dude. I respect the fuck out of that guy, but I mean it's okay not to see eye to eye, I think, but man, I don't know.
That kind of coldness can be unnerving, sure.
What about you?
What about me?
I mean, I'm comparatively relatively new to this game. I guess Maximus kind of is too, but you've been around.
Sure.
Is this thing like all things kind of secular? You just kind of gotta ride it out, or does it get better? Does it get worse?
It changes. You know, you're not my first coterie. You're probably not going to be my last. If luck holds out. There was a time where I didn't travel with any other clan at all, just with my own. We were big enough in those days. Things, of course, have changed. But even then, there are some of us who are softer than others and some of us who are colder than others. You get used to it. You learn to respect each other's differences, and more importantly, you learn to realize that there's some benefits to both. Everyone finds their place within a big spectrum of, I don't know, self-evaluation. Some of us stay there, some of us shift. And you make it last for as long as you can before something hits the fan. But no, things are not circular. There's going to be a time, don't know when, could be now, where something dramatic happens. And things change irrevocably. And you're left to pick up the pieces and try and build back what you had or move on. That's part of life and death. Doesn't matter how old you are. You could be 15 or 40 or 400. It's all the same.
It's just kind of new for me. I came from a coterie of two. It was just the two of us for a really long time. And I guess I'm just realizing how isolated I really was and how much I got to learn about all of this, I was pretty isolated.
When
Consider
you were a
me
kid.
like, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. I was just gonna ask, when you were a kid, and I mean a kid, little literal child.
Mhm.
Did you leave your parents' house at any point?
Sure.
Did the world outside seem big and scary, like you had to start all over, learn new things?
Of course.
So you already did it once before. You can do it again.
Yeah, it's just it wasn't other people's, lives. There was a lot less life and death involved.
That is because you lived through an age where people expected their children to live. Sorry. Childbirth is a very complicated topic the older you get.
I never really got to find out about that. But
I had one.
you did?
Don't know what happened to him. Yeah.
You don't know what happened?
I'm afraid that choice was taken away from me. And at this point, things have gotten so far and so deep that I couldn't find my way back, even if I wanted to.
You're all right, man.
Oh no. I'm a monster. I'm just one with a very pretty face and polite manners.
That's half the battle, man.
Very true. You sleeping here tonight? Today?
Probably back in the van, and I give the owl another scritch under the beak.
I think I'm gonna set up shop somewhere around here for the night. Day, whatever you want to call it. It's weird how you form habits that you never really break, huh?
That is true.
Look, this Sabbat stuff is personal for Max. Too personal.
I get it.
I'm just saying, if he ends up being a dick about it, give him grace.
I'll try.
You have a nice day now.
You too. Thanks.
For what?
They hit him on the shoulder.
For you letting you use me as your punching bag? I mean, okay, if you insist, you're welcome. And I'll walk off.
I let go of the knife in my bag, close the bag up, and head for the van.
As you all are going to find a place to sleep for the night, we are going to switch to someone who took off early
Ooh.
last night. Vi, you received a text and took off after hunting.
I did.
All it said was, come and see me, usual place. And you know the usual place is a very riotous biker bar.
Happily.
It is the familiar sight of bikes out front. And these you've seen so many times, you know exactly who's there. It's not that hard to be like, oh, he's here. He owes me money. Oh, she's back in town. That's interesting to know. The vehicle that you are looking for, however, is not a motorbike. It is a very swift little sports car. And there is a very tall woman leaned up against it. legs crossed. She doesn't look out of place. More goth than biker. She does see you and grins.
I will walk over and stand next to her, leaning against the car.
Your evening been great?
It's been something.
You talked to Sai, right?
You did.
I'm glad. She stopped blowing up my phone, and I got concerned.
Yeah, it's been dealt with.
You doing okay though?
Slow going. I did get something for you, and I will give her the thing that I told you about earlier.
She looks it over, flips through it. Huh. Interesting.
I
It's for me
can't
to-
read it. It's not the original, but maybe it's useful.
Oh, we're out of luck because I can't read this either.
You could find someone. I don't have the time.
You know, I have someone in mind. Yeah, I'll ask somebody.
Let me know what you find.
Hey, heads up, if you go inside, avoid Luis. He's a bit grumpy,
Well, what happened this time?
so you won't believe this.
God, what happened this time?
You're gonna laugh. Someone let a shade loose in the bar.
What?
Yeah, some
How did-
La
how does that-
Sombra fledgling showed up.
Oh God.
Dealt with. Alive, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's been an influx of those lately.
So I hear. What's up with that?
I wouldn't know.
You going back to your coterie tonight?
It's late. I might tomorrow. I ditched to come see you.
Well, I mean a lot then.
No,
Hey,
I had nothing better to do.
hey. Wanna go in and I hear Earl's DJing. Wanna go in and heckle him?
Oh, absolutely. I want to cause as much trouble tonight as possible.
Excellent. Hey. Hey, and then, you know, if we get kicked out again, we can just go like,
They can't
Races.
keep us out.
I mean, it's Luis. I don't know if you've ever seen him mad.
Or worse.
We are. And you're gonna have to explain where you got this from.
Later. I don't know how useful it is. I don't know what's in it. I just know I got it. And anything at this point is something.
Hey, you know, if you're in over your head, you can ask for help, right?
I got it. I haven't found anything yet, but I got it. Although tell me if you find anything helpful, because it's slow going.
Oh, I will. I will. Have you found anything else out about our... what I asked you to look into?
Nothing. It is difficult. They do not stay in the same place very long.
Makes sense.
But same suspect. Nothing new. The other one's pretty cool though. I don't mind.
I'm glad. All right, let's go harass Earl.
Oh
Cause
please,
like,
because I have to go back.
oh no, we're ending tonight on a high note.
Yes, please.
Like, if we're not getting into a brawl inside, I don't want it.
Listen, I'm hungry still, so.
You want to go grab something to eat first?
Oh please.
You know, I think we got people inside. I know it shouldn't be too much.
Oh, it's a biker bar. There's someone in here who shouldn't be. We can deal with it.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
Oh,
She
yeah.
just put her arm around around your neck, just kind of just like in a joking manner.
I elbow her in the gut.
She laughs and she like steps up and like nudges the door open, and it's just a cacophony of sound. People are talking, there's music playing. It's not the greatest music, but it's a dive bar, so it's what you expect. And as soon as you walk in, you see the regulars, the people that you always see there, call out to you. Some of them less politely than the others because they're trying to rile you up. And you do see Luis, the owner of the establishment, kind of looks at both of you, shakes his head, and just walks in the back like, I did not see.
Wait, I have a question, Luis. I have a question.
What is it?
Tell
If-
me about what happened earlier.
How'd you hear about that?
I hear about everything here.
He does look to your big sister and just goes, it was her, right?
Might have been.
I don't know how you guys hear about everything. Hey,
not
not out
hard.
there. Come on. Back.
All right.
And he does lead you back to his office, which the back does not look any better than the front. It's been there a while. Everything's a little trashed. But there is a new addition in his office. A bound young man in chains with a broken pull cue through their back. That one, right?
We know anything about him?
Shadow.
A new one.
Yeah, it's concerning. Given that there's not many around here, I don't personally know of anyone except for the ones in Dallas, and if this is the Seneschal's a dear of a joke.
There's a few hanging around that probably shouldn't be, but there's a lot of this going around.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Grand Prairie's got a couple. Spoke to Madison earlier tonight.
It's a big discrepancy from what I can tell, because the last one was a rose.
Ew.
I know.
So all we need is more roses flitting around and some sort of. This one I don't know what to do with.
Baby shadows aren't great either.
Yeah, no. I'd rather deal with one of these than a rose.
Mm.
Any idea who might be behind this?
Not in the slightest, but working on it.
Feeling somebody's trying to stir up trouble.
Oh, without question. A bunch of loose fledglings? What purpose does that except trouble?
It's weird though. It's only the cities that are close to Dallas.
Yeah, someone's targeting something. Someone.
Yeah, I hear Plano's not doing well either.
What happened?
You know, the prince up there is a Ponce. Vicente's been playing referee.
Someone's making a play for something. Question is who and what.
Yeah, it's my worry. If they're trying to start a war, we need to uncover some more just to make sure we're not all getting played.
How much trouble did this one cause you?
Well, you know Damon
Yeah.
broke his arm. He's
Yeah,
fine. I gave him the night off. He's recuperating.
I mean, he's had worse.
I mean, yeah, but you know, I don't really like my ghouls having their arms broken.
Want me to take him off your hands?
The shadow, no. I'll keep my eye on him.
Mhm.
I'd rather pawn him off to one of his own.
Well, I have one of his own.
You want me to give him to Maximus?
Okay, fair, but still.
I mean, I'd rather give him to Maximus than the Seneschal.
This
Jesus.
is but he'll be with me too.
I'd much rather have him with you than someone else.
He might be useful.
He's just a kid.
Yeah. We all were once, so doesn't mean he gets to go around biting people.
I mean, yeah, but I'm not gonna hold it against him.
No, but he might be able to tell us who did this and who's doing this.
That's what I'm hoping. What did y'all do with that rose?
Even know what happened to the rose. I wasn't even there.
That's fair. Hey, if you cause any havoc in my bar tonight, I can't promise I'm not gonna put you right next to him.
You have to catch me first.
Sounds like a challenge.
You can try. You haven't got me yet.
Hey, Vi, be careful out there, okay?
When I'm nope. Can't say that. It's not true.
Exactly. That's why I said be careful out there.
No.
Keep your big sister out of trouble.
She does that all by herself. Actually, no, I probably get her into more trouble than she does by herself. So
Oh, am I gonna have to make some sort of proclamation that you guys are supposed to stay, what, 100 feet away from each other?
like you could do it if you tried.
Got a little night left. Go raise a little hell, but if anybody catches you, I'm gonna deny that I knew about it.
Well, obviously. Do you want me to come back for him or do you want me to take him now?
Oh no, I'm keeping him here.
Mind if I swing by if I need to?
No, you can swing by. My
Might-
door's open policy. You know that.
Might bring another or a couple.
Oof. Hey, you still running around with? Hey, are they still running around with that milk?
Not that I know of. I've been met one.
Damn, she was cute.
I'm right here.
You're cute too. You're cute too.
Whatever.
Have a good night, Vi. I'll And you just
Why would
see
I
he
want to do that?
reaches to the light on his desk as he turns it towards the figure on the ground and just like turns it on. I'm not taking any chances.
That's not gonna do. You know what? You can try that all you'd like. You figure it out the hard way.
I mean, you know, how bad can they be really? Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't do
You
not answer.
literally, really? Did you even hear it as it came out of your mouth?
Yeah, you know, I really wasn't thinking at the time.
Yeah. You're lucky he's a baby, but still.
Yeah. Hey, go annoy Earl. I know that's where you're heading.
All right.
Tell him to play Freebird.
The only way to cause trouble.
You know he hates it.
Nah, he loves it.
You evidently did not. Oh no, wait, you weren't around back then. Ask your big sister what happened
Oh,
last time someone told him to play Freebird.
And I'd like to see him try and take me. Nothing much he can do.
Yeah. You safe?
No promises, but
I know.
I'll be back.
I just like my people to be safe.
Are any of us ever safe?
I mean, you know,
I'll be back. It's what matters.
As long as you're back.
I'll be back. Can't say when, but I'll be back.
Well, as the Baron, you better be back in 2 nights.
Don't give me time limits.
That's an order.
I don't listen to you.
It's still an order.
I don't have to take it.
I will make your entry music every time you walk into this bar, Britney Spears.
Oh, and I will break every speaker you own.
You're welcome to try. Bluetooth was invented for a reason.
I can still find them and break them. Cost you enough till you stop.
Well, go get on with it. Go cause some chaos.
All right, I'll see you soon.
Hey,
What?
if you do have to bring anybody, bring Max.
Probably wouldn't have much of a choice.
And Luis waves you off. And you go out where your big sister has already gotten into an arm wrestling contest with the bartender. She is losing this one.
She just wants a free drink.
That's what you're gathering. Mason, as you leave the church, you notice that the rain has tapered off. It's humid, if you could feel the temperature on your skin. Humid, but you're a kindred. Hardly bothers you. Lola seems grateful that the rain has stopped, and she does actually let you put her down so she can walk besides Bo. And where are you headed?
So Mason's gonna start making it seem as though he's kind of just erratically walking about, but he's progressing ever so slowly towards his contact, Leroy Barrera. He's a small-time drug dealer in the region. Haven't really established where he was going to be at exactly, so I'll leave that up to storyteller discretion of where you think a good spot to slot in a small-time drug dealer would be.
The spot Leroy likes to hang out at is not too far from Mara's Cat Cafe. One of the reasons being is that one of the coterie mates there, Sammy, is very close with them as well. And as you do walk over, hearing the slosh of traffic and the sound of occasionally Lola and Bo having a little contest about who can walk closest to you, because Lola does not want to stand on the other side of you. She wants to stand in between you and Bo. You do see Leroy, jacket on, beanie pulled over their head, standing next to, Sammy. You can see out from underneath the black hoodie just the curls of blonde hair. Sammy sees you first. Hey Mason, what's up tonight?
Not much, shitheads. What you up to?
Trying to stay dry.
Yeah, standing out on the street ain't gonna be a great way to pull that off. Not on a night like this. As he
Hey.
gets up to him, he'll pull a couple dog treats again out of his coat pocket and bend down and hand one off to each Bo and Lola.
They're happy. Lola seems more herself than from the last time that when you guys left the church where she was shaking. She's back to, the terrier high energy. And Sammy does look at both of you, goes, Well, I feel like this is probably a conversation I don't need, and he does like look down at like his watch. You know, you could head over to the cafe later if you need to.
We'll see.
All right. He does like as he's walking by, like does pet both Lola and Bo as he walks by, and they don't no reaction.
And being the kind of detached asshole that Mason is, and knowing full well how uncomfortable he makes mortals, he's going to kind of get up and start slowly pacing a little bit from side to side of Leroy, just fixing his eyes on him as he passes each direction.
You know, when you do that, man, it's kind of creepy.
I hear that a lot. But I'm not here to talk about how uncomfortable I make you.
Yeah. What's up? I haven't seen you in like a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a little bit busy, but need a favor from you. I know you'll need something in return. Doesn't have to be now. It's fine.
Depends on the favor, of course.
Oh, it's simple, really. I just need you to.
Is anything with you simple?
I try to keep things as smooth as possible.
All right.
It
well,
works
so
out
what's-
best for everybody when there aren't bumps in the road. And they're right, Leroy.
Yeah.
Places a
Yeah.
hand on Leroy's shoulder and just locks him dead in the eye.
Yeah. What do you need?
Really, all I need you to do is get your little runners to keep their eyes open for me. You can too. Not that you meander around all that much, you lazy shit.
I mean, you know, I walk around. Bike's a little easier, but you know, what am I looking for? I'm not picking up any
There's
strays. Mara already asks me to do that enough.
No, don't worry about it. That's a whole other thing. You deal with that business on your own. No, this is. I've been noticing something popping around. There's some new tags popping up in the area. I think there might be some new players on the board, and I'd just like to get an idea of where they're hanging around. Saw him first out in Parkland, and he's going to go ahead
Hospital?
and describe the IPS tag that he's seen. Because I'm assuming there was some kind of general artistic flair to it, or the lack thereof would be notable.
Yeah, I can keep an eye out for it. Is that it? You just want me to look for some tags?
Yeah, real simple. Told you, nothing, barely an inconvenience.
Yeah, all right. I'll have some people poke about. Yeah,
Perfect.
you know, it's probably nothing. It's probably just some bored high school students.
Oh, I'm sure it's just a couple little punks thinking that they're big shots, and well, you know me. I like to keep my finger on the pulse, as it were.
Never figured you were one of the type. But yeah, I'll look around.
It's good to just be aware of things, Leroy. You might want to try opening your eyes a little bit more. Take the world in.
You
There's a
sound like
lot
my
of things
aunt.
you can read about a place without it being broadcast as a big flashy billboard.
You know, you sound like my aunt when you say that. It's a bit weird.
Sounds like
But
your
yeah.
auntie's a wise woman. Might want to try picking up on that a little bit in your day to day. Just a thought.
Yeah. I'll take it into consideration. I'll go let the others know to like look around. You want me to like? I'm gonna say text you, but you hardly ever answer.
Oh yeah, definitely text. Same number as last time. Hasn't changed just yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look around, see what I can see.
I really appreciate it, Leroy. I know I can always count on you. And he's gonna reach out and ruffle his hair.
Oh, come on, man. I'm not a kid.
You take care of yourself, Leroy.
You too.
Bo, Lola. And he's gonna start walking off down the street. And I suppose I will go ahead and make a check to see if Mason can figure out where the hell he's sleeping tonight.
Yes. And as Leroy, like as you walk away from Leroy just mutters under his breath, "Creepy fuck."
I approve. Do you got a particular difficulty you want me to use for this part of town?
Roll it and see what we get.
All right.
You're in friendly turf, so.
Well, this will be entertaining.
Oh no.
9 with a messy crit.
Oh, y'all are rolling messy tonight.
I actually let, unlike certain characters that I play, this character actually does tend to have some hunger on him.
You know these streets exceptionally well, and while you could always fall back and go to Mara's Cat Cafe, you're like, nah, I don't want to bother Mara. She asks questions. The
I
dogs
gotta
like
ask
her.
her for a favor pretty soon anyway, so.
Yeah, you're like, nah, I don't want to do that. I could go back to the church. Nah, I don't want to do that. And as you're walking, you do see this road's got a lot of construction on it. It looks like they're revamping some of the shops. You do find one that's been boarded up for a while with a for sale / for lease sign on the board. You're like, yeah, I slept here before, this'll work. You push in the back, you know the back door was locked, but the door is easily openable. Let the dogs in. Bo, being Bo, just finds the nearest spot to lay down on. Lola is a little bit more picky. She looks like she's unhappy, but she eventually like begrudgingly sits down. You do know that the one back room looks like an old storage room, doesn't have any windows. No one's gonna bother you.
We'll post up in there for the evening.
And as you
I think
close-
probably habitually at this point, due to the fact that he's used this place more than once now at this point. As he gets into the back room, he kind of kicks the door shut behind him and activates his feral claws and kind of stretches down onto the floor and scratches up the corner and scents it up.
Mm.
And then relaxes the claws and goes to find himself a spot to curl up and lay on the floor.
You're able to do that with Lola wedging herself against your stomach in her familiar spot. And Bo lays closer to the door. You're able to eventually feel yourself drift off. And then the following night, as the sun sets once again upon the city, you all in your sleeping spaces, you're able to wake for the night. And I know some of you have already rolled for your rouse check.
I'll get that done. Ooh, I am hungrier.
You are hungry.
Anything special if I roll a 1 on the rouse check?
No.
Okay. I'm at hunger 3 then.
Same. I feel your pain, Maximus. I feel your pain.
How was that other check, Max?
I failed.
Sorry.
Excellent. First, we're gonna start off with somebody else. Raheem,
Yay.
normally you do not have nightmares. Normally you wake up and you feel okay. Tonight, however, is different. You find yourself in a room with everything in your mind screaming at you. That you have to flee. And in front of you is a familiar face. Soft, curly hair. Holding, looks like a bowl of blood. This will be fine. Stay there. I've got you.
Not again. I can't do this again.
I know. I know. It's fine. This will help. This is gonna help. You trust me, right?
I trust you with my life.
And figure starts a ritual. And as everything builds up inside of you, the magic that grips you holds you for a brief second. And the familiar dark brown eyes look at you. He looks tired, a little exhausted, but a small half smile on his face, like, see, we can. This works. We got this.
Amrit, it doesn't work.
And as the magic almost fades and you feel the inability to hold yourself back. And that is when you open your eyes.
Don't go. Don't go.
You are alone in the church. With Seth sitting on the table next to you. His head is tucked under his wing. And you hear a slight whisper. I'm always here. Don't worry.
It's not the same.
I
It'll
know.
never be the same again.
I'm still here.
I pat Sif on the head. The same one again, I'm afraid.
He shakes his feathers, looks at you, almost can sense something is wrong. Hops over to you, nestles against your side.
We had
Head.
better fun.
Head tucks up under your chin.
We had better find the others. Ria should be outside. And Maximus somewhere around here. First, my name is Raheem. I'm never going to get used to that.
You're able to go out of your room with Seth tucked up against you. He's not going to leave you for a while. And we are going to transition over to Max. You wake. And you are not in the church. You are lying in a dirt pit. Face down amongst a bunch of other bodies.
What's I push myself up out of the dirt, just look around and shove like an arm off of me. What is this? I look up.
You see a figure standing over you.
Clamor like backwards over the bodies. Who are you? What is this? What's going on?
Oh, hey, woke up. Wow. Didn't think you had the courage.
What courage?
You see the man step into the coffin or into the dirt. Doesn't matter who he's stepping on.
No, stay away from me. Who are you?
We'll see if you survive this night, kid. See who
Why-
I am to you.
Why am I so hungry?
There's a grin with fangs. It's 'cause you are. Welcome to the rest of your life in hell, kid. You're gonna need it.
This is hell? No, that can't be right. No, Father Donovan said there's no way.
Oh, you don't know. You really are young and dumb.
Please just get me out of here. I'm scared.
Feel a set of hands on your neck
Oh,
sliding down that grab you by the shirt and pull you out of the grave.
is there somebody else?
You, for a brief moment, see a flash of purple. Before the man you know as your sire kneels down to you, hand on your shoulder. I knew I picked a good one. Come with me, child.
Okay. Just so hungry.
It's okay. We'll get that taken care of. And he does lead you over to a room with a bunch of people in it. Scared people. And the faces that you see resemble people you feel that you know. And he leans down and whispers, take your pick. Embrace what you've become. And
Maximus
then
is kind of
shoves you in the room.
Maximus is kind of like wild-eyed at this point, just looking at everyone there. He's probably like drooling a little bit too, unable to control himself, and he looks for the person that looks the most scared and just tries to hold himself back for a minute, but like launches himself across the room at them and feeds with reckless abandon and doesn't stop until the person's dead.
And as you wake up, the only sound in your ears is your sire chuckling. And you wake up in your familiar bedroom.
Maximus looks around. Bedroom is not large by any means. Like there's enough room for like the cot, a small shrine, maybe like 2 or 3 feet on the other side of the room, and then the door like beside it. Maybe like a 1 or 2 foot kind of space to walk beside the cot. Lord, don't know what I've done to have you plague me with these memories. But absolution is within my grasp. Pain and self-judgment will take me there. He walks over to the little shrine, and it's just got a cross on it with a few candles that are lit. And then they'll like the electric kind that runs on batteries, that it's not actual flame in them. Pulls out a little drawer underneath, and then like pulls out a cat of nine tails that has little shards of metal on the ends of each of the strips of leather, and says the Lord's Prayer, and begins to flagellate before leaving the room to go back into the church. I'm just going to go ahead and take a superficial damage for that.
And the rest of you also have woken for the night. Mason, you get a text that says, haven't found anything yet, still looking. L. Raheem, you get another text as well. This one's from Vincent. Sorry if I worried you last night. I'm doing a lot better. Sai gave me the night off.
I text back, do something fun with it.
You get a yeah, fun. I'm about to go take all this crap back to my ex.
Found your car all right?
Yeah, you park really nice. You park decent. Last person I let drove it, parked it diagonally, and everyone thought I was a dick.
I try my best. I go looking for the others.
Ria also stayed at the church, so she is there. Vi, would you have made your way to the church?
Once waking, she would have made her way over.
Mason?
Yes, with the caveat that Mason is seeing if he can manage to find a bite to eat on the way.
Go ahead. Go ahead and roll.
Alright.
Anyone else who needs to eat can also go have a quick hunt.
You know what? It's probably smart too, especially while we're in the area.
I think Maximus is a little bit too preoccupied to hunt. He is very hungry, but his mind is on other things.
2 successes.
4 successes for me.
Vi, you look out because your apartment is still relatively close to the Baron's domain, that you just swing back by there. You know that it's easy hunting there. You do get the touch of disapproval of simply the fact that you're back, but you're able to find someone to eat. Quick bite. Mason, not a problem. You find another person such as yourself, someone who wanders the streets.
In standard fashion, Mason will try to catch them like when they're in an alley or out of general eye shot, and he always comes up to his victims face on
Mm.
and attacks them from the front.
Easy
And-
to do so.
It's 2 that you can take safely, right?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to take 2.
Raheem, what did you get?
4 successes.
You two are able to. You go to one of the nearby coffee shops. Find a college student sitting in the back who looks like it's struggling with midterms. Sit and talk to him for a little bit. It's not that hard. They ramble on about how hard this paper is. Basically, oh, I'm gonna fail it. It's gonna suck. But you're able to eventually calm them down, and so the cafe's barely open. Like there's no one there.
I think this time I leave $5 on the table. As if by accident.
Easily done. You're able to take what you need.
Just one.
And as you leave, roll me a wits and awareness.
Fucking kidnapped. Goddamn again. I'm gonna have a word with these fine folks at Renegade, okay? Oh god, that's a bestial failure. I'm gonna spend a willpower so it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Good grief.
Mm-hmm.
Dice love you tonight, huh?
But it still is.
You walk out of the bar or of the cafe feeling less hungry. Beast is happy and sated. It is the sight across the street of a man with very long dark black hair that sets you absolutely off. Before you can even process, your hands are around his throat, throttling him. All right, I see we're not happy tonight. Ah,
No, we are not.
you do know I don't breathe, right?
How long was it gonna be before you tell me another Sabbat pack was in town, huh? Friend,
You didn't ask.
I didn't ask. You think
No,
I didn't
you
want to know?
You know, not everybody wants to know. Can you let go of me, please?
I don't know. Can I?
I mean, I could just make you.
Part of me would really love to see you try. And that's when I let go.
I figured you'd figure it out eventually. I got powers. Take it. You didn't read through my notebook.
It's a big ass notebook. I had to go through 1 page at a time.
Yeah, there's others here.
How many others?
You didn't get kidnapped by them, did you? Because that would actually be very funny.
I'm going to use chemistry. Hold on. Need to double check how this power works because it's still brand new to me, not gonna lie. Okay. Chemistry, 1 rouse check. Let's do the rouse check first.
Yes.
I pass. Thank goodness.
Excellent.
The vampire rolls their manipulation plus obfuscate. Anyone unprepared within eyesight of the vampire and eligible to experience the hallucination is distracted. And if they lose composure wits roll, they lose their next active action. So manipulation plus obfuscate.
So it'd be wits and composure.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, for fuck's sake, not again. Five successes, messy critical.
What is the chimera you use against him? What does it look like?
There is no one on the street. In fact, there is no street for a split second. There's just me and him. The rest of the world does not exist. We are locked in a big, probably black box.
OOC, he got one success.
Damn.
And you see his eyes, which you're used to seeing Oblivion sight, is different. His eyes go black, but it almost looks like an oil slick briefly. That's a neat trick.
Your friend certainly thought so, right? That's why he kidnapped me in the first place. Got any more jokes? And then the illusion fades away. It only lasted like a turn.
I could. If you want me to.
What the hell are you up to?
Taking a walk currently before I was assaulted on a public street.
I am high tired of people walking around the question like they don't know the answer.
I mean, literally, I was walking on the street. I saw you in the thing and I thought I'd say, hey, is that
Really?
rude now?
Hey, it is when you were supposed to leave 2 nights ago.
Are you going to persuade me to leave?
I already tried that. Didn't work.
Maybe you should say pretty please.
Nah, I don't think I will.
That's rude.
I'm not always a nice guy. And I've had a very, very shitty dusk. No, sorry. Yeah, dusk.
I don't know what that means, but care to share with the audience?
The time before night.
You are insufferable. He does straighten his jacket briefly. Yeah, I didn't tell you about the other pack because I wasn't gonna mess with the fiend. I didn't think you wanted to mess with one either.
You don't know me very well.
Okay, well, next time I find a fiend, I'll let you know.
I've seen things you wouldn't believe, Remy. Even you.
Maybe we should swap stories sometime.
I don't swap stories for free. Not about that.
What would it cost?
A bigger favor than you're likely prepared to give.
If it's an interesting story, I'll give it.
Not tonight. Have a trip home to go to.
Any luck on that hunter?
Not yet. I was busy being kidnapped.
They did kidnap you. That made my
You
night.
people and your damn kidnapping. Don't you have better things to do?
Hey, I didn't hit you with a shovel at least. Could have gone old school.
And you think I wouldn't have gotten right back up and hit you?
I'd like to see you try. Tell
Let's
Max
be-
I said hi.
You want me to tell Max something? Nah,
Yeah, tell Max.
you go tell him yourself. I'm sure he'd be so happy to see you.
Pretty sure he wouldn't.
Only one way to find out. He's in more of a pissy mood than usual. Excuse me. And with that, I walk off.
Maybe I'll say hi to Vincent then.
Fuck's sake. I turn on awe. I spin around 180. I look him directly in the eye and say, very sweetly, if you want that story, you'll stay away from him.
Oh, he is important.
Not as important as one of your little pack mates.
They're more than happy to take care of themselves. I bet even Alex can kick your ass.
You wish. I got something you want. Don't forget that. And I turn off all and walk away.
You're able to walk away. With everybody at the church. What all are you guys doing?
Maximus is in his office and trying to figure out like some kind of pattern between where these fledglings showed up. He's like printed off. Well, he hasn't. You know what? He would have asked somebody else to use the computer to print off like several different maps of the Metroplex and just is like trying to figure out if there's some kind of pattern, like with the people that are hold domain over the areas where those are, any kind of significant buildings that are in the area, things like that.
If I walk into the office and I see Maximus struggling and just staring and mad dogging a printer, I'll come in and just sort of silently help him print those things and do those things. I don't say anything to him. I just start helping.
He would thank you.
It's important to find the source, right?
Find the source, you stop the problem.
Probably the best way to solve that problem.
We talking about the fledglings?
Evening, Vi.
Nice to see you again.
Well, if we're talking about fledglings, I got some more. Baby
More
Shadow
than-
down in Irving.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, we already know about that one.
Last night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know where he is if you want to talk to him.
I'm behind Maximus looking at Vi like this.
I also have that notebook from the hospital. It's in Polish. Can't read a word of it.
It's almost like we have Tremere in this city who have a chantry that can translate foreign languages.
Or
Give it a shot. And she will plop it down on the desk.
I pull out my phone and I open Google Translate,
It's a whole notebook. You can try.
but I can catch keywords, right? See if there's something in a particular paragraph or a particular set of pages. I mean, if it's clear that this is just, a recipe, recipe for lemon cookies, then we won't read it. But if something is, a little more important, keywords, fledglings, etc., then we can dig a little deeper.
The Seneschal did recommend that we go have a chat with this fledgling. Perhaps
The
they would
Seneschal
have
was here.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started.
He
For
was
someone who's
big.
very concerned about keeping us all in the masquerade, they left a mess.
He was big and scary. What'd you expect? Hi, Vi.
Evening, Rain. How was your hospital stay?
Left some to be desired. Not looking forward to footing that bill.
So we might get lucky in this fledgling that the Baron of Irving has. Could have some recollection of what happened, unlike the Rose did. Not. So
Do we know the fledgling's provenance?
Shadow.
Sorry, what?
He's a shadow.
Oh. These English nicknames confuse me sometimes.
Just
Shadow.
points to Max.
No, I got it. Took a second. If he was embraced by another shadow, which is usually how these things work, correct me if I'm wrong. I look expectantly around the room, just waiting for someone to dare question me. Then that person likely has the ability to erase memories, similar to our friend Maxie here. I'd be very surprised if that fledgling remembered anything.
yet he is the only alive lead that we have.
Fair enough.
He also didn't cause much damage. He broke a wrist, caused some chaos, but he didn't really hurt anyone.
Poor kid.
Could have been worse.
And it was the wrist of a ghoul, so
Ooh.
I believe that still counts.
yeah, but it's they heal faster.
Well,
True, but ghouls tend to belong to someone who don't
Yeah,
much care
the
about their-
Baron.
Maximus
What?
points at Raheem and then just goes like straight wide-eyed at Vi.
What? It was the Baron's club that he attacked. Did you not know this?
Well, as far as we were told by the sheriff, he was dropped off there, as in delivered. So
Well, he caused some trouble in the bar.
wait, and the Baron. What did the Baron do?
Just he staked him with a pool cue, threw him in the back room. Said you're welcome to come talk to him.
That's remarkably kind.
Do I know what the Baron's clan is of Irving, by the way, storyteller?
You would. You know that Luis is Bruja.
Awfully level-headed for a rebel like him.
Doesn't want to make a mess in his own club, in his own bar.
Yet
As you're
he
standing there, there is a furry missile that hits you in the leg as Bo pounces you.
Who gets pounced?
You, ma'am. You.
Oh, geez. Okay. I will happily accept it and let myself be tackled by dog.
Mason comes walking in shortly thereafter with Lola up under his arm, as usual.
Okay. Well, updates. I reached out to somebody who has very strong connections in the criminal underworld here last night and put them on task to help us find our wayward hunter. He's been very capable in the past and owes me right now. So I told him that I needed information on this guy in 3 days. So it's going to take time, but I trust his ability.
I've got eyes looking for any of their tags around town, see if we can't get ahead of any strikes that they might attempt to make.
And just so we're all on the same page, everyone is steering clear of Parkland right now.
Yep.
Probably for the best.
Hey
Great.
guys.
Hmm?
As I'm looking through the book and doing some translating. So I think there's more than just chaos that they're trying to bring out.
There's Sabbat. That makes sense. How bad?
And I bring the book over to Rahim and I show him just just those words. I don't know. They say it kind of comes up on the Google Translate, bring down, take down. It's having a hard time translating it. And then a couple more words and it does say Prince.
Yeah. Nope, that makes sense. Nice work.
I mean,
Thank
you
you,
know,
Rio.
it's Google, you know.
Right. That if this person is a native Polish speaker there, Google is not going to understand the
Complexities, but
Complexity,
the
yeah.
gist.
You got a
should-
good amount, but it'd be helpful if we had someone who could read it.
Hold on. I text Azra. Do you know anyone who speaks Polish?
He calls you.
Excuse me. That's me. I pick up the phone.
Oh, right. I'm already looking into one thing. Why are we trying to find somebody who speaks Polish?
Because I found a little notebook that may say in Polish, take down the prince.
The string of words she says is not in English, and you know very well she said something very unpleasant under her breath.
You know God can hear you, right?
You know, I do. I do. Okay, so is this to do with the thing that Eloise has me looking into?
Yep.
Son of a...
We knew this that kind of, they operate in packs. They try and overwhelm. It all makes sense.
It makes sense. Oh, that would explain.
Why the prince seemingly has not responded to anyone's texts in the past. I don't know how long.
Oh, no, I heard from him the other night. He's fine. He's in
Okay.
Plano.
Bueno.
Yeah. I don't know if you ever met the prince up there. He's a bit of a ponce.
Prince of wait.
Prince
That's
of
nothing.
Plano. Yeah, no, he's up there dealing with some sort of diplomatic crisis. Evidently, there is a baron who is a couple barons that are very unhappy because, you know, somebody decided he's bigger than his britches, and he's really not. His britches are
How
a
long is
diaper.
this story?
Short answer is trying to not have two kindred fight each other out. That's where we're at. But I will go ahead and I'll find somebody who speaks Polish.
You don't have to. I can probably find someone.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Look, it's not
Oh.
hard. All you go do is go onto the internet and you say that your grandfather or something spoke Polish and you want to translate his old novel or something. Elderly people love talking about the good old days. Trust me, I would know.
Well, why don't
Right.
you do that then?
That's what I'm offering. You just stick to what you're doing.
Okay. Hey, no luck on finding your friends from the hospital. I'm working on it still. They probably went underground. I swooped the hospital Well, I didn't do it. Someone else did, but they're not at the hospital anymore.
They had official positions. They were well entrenched. Find how they got in.
Okay, got it. Can do. Oh, wait. Tell Rhea to ask what's his face? Elias. Elias might speak Polish. He's nerdy enough.
Last name?
Oh, she knows who I'm talking about. Ravenwood. The Tremere Primogen.
As we're suggesting, talk to your primogen.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, thank you for all that.
You're welcome.
Good luck.
Pray for me. And she hangs up.
I've been requested to ask for one prayer. I'm assuming for salvation for her soul. You know, the usual.
You know, she's always welcome to come to confessional.
Pretty sure she isn't Christian, Father.
Can't win them all.
It's true.
Vi is going to send a quick text message. I DM'd you.
Noted.
Road trip to Irving. Anyone?
I slipped the book in my bag.
Yeah, he's gonna give me such shit for being back so soon. But yeah,
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Would you prefer one of us do the job instead?
Max was requested specifically, but I told him I can't stop anyone who wants to.
Are you interested, Maximus?
If at the very least I can relate to this fledgling.
Just remember to pretend to breathe.
He doesn't comment.
Okay.
Is it going to be another situation where if we unstake this fledgling, it's going to be hungry?
Probably.
Maybe we should pick up some snacks on the way.
Don't worry, I got that handled. I'll pull out a thermos from somewhere. There's surely one around here. And I'll just drop like a rouse check's worth of blood in it. My blood.
Oh. That'll do.
Yeah, well,
Let's-
beggars can't be choosers.
Assuming that he can keep it down, but we'll see.
He's not a La Sombra. I'm sure it fit most people's tastes. I'm very personable.
I mean, it's just that most people don't get along well with things not from the tap. But yes, I understand.
Well, here's hoping it lasts. I screw the cap on the thermos.
Wall is going to Irving.
Vi is.
Anyone
Mason?
not?
Mason is not.
Mason is not.
I'm going to keep looking into our nosy human situation.
Not a problem. And you guys, Vi, you're able to direct them exactly to where the club is. Unlike the previous night, it's still a little early. There
And
is
give them no warning as to what to expect.
Excellent. It's not as busy as you were expecting. It's still very early in the evening when you guys get there. This is a dive bar of the divest of bars. It looks like the only thing holding this building together is paint and maybe a couple of nails, and that's it. You can hear the music before you step out of the vehicle.
Vi, you've been holding out on me. This place is incredible.
What a
Yeah.
lovely establishment.
Good
Oh my
amount
God,
of
this rock.
brawls. Good amount of brawls.
Do they have live music? Do they do bands?
Yeah, I was told to request Freebird.
Oh my gosh. Someday when we're not working. Oh, I want to check this out.
Just careful, it's run by a pretty high up.
I promise not to eat anybody without asking. Man, this place rocks.
Max.
Hmm.
Got a love note for you. I hold out a card with a number on it and a big old heart.
Who's this from?
Who do you think it's from?
There are a number of people in this city. There are perturbances to me currently, so I'm not sure if this is from a truly.
Think of the big heart. Yeah, I have a habit of getting accosted by Sabbat in the early hours of the evening, apparently.
I'm gonna kill him. Whatever
Good luck
it
getting
takes.
to him after I get to him.
I am going to hunt that man down to the ends of this earth. I will chase him back to the Holy Land just to murder him.
You do that.
Another night.
That means I have to deal with him this night. Great.
How about you do me a favor? Next time that you run into him, you send me an SOS text and I'll be there.
Noted.
For a storyteller note, Maximus is in full gear. He does not leave the church without it at this point.
And as you enter the bar, it is just as grimy on the outside. There's a couple people playing pool. A very tired looking bartender behind the counter. A guy sitting at a bar with his arm in a cast. And a about 5'6" man sitting at the bar next to him. Vi, you know that this is Luis. He's kind of looking around and he sees you and goes, "Hey, didn't take 48 hours."
Listen, I told them and they wanted to come. I cannot control the timeline of which they move.
See, I knew you were going to listen to me. This
Fine.
is a, hey, Allison, mark this down on the calendar the day she listens to me.
I'm gonna hit you.
Look, don't rag on her. It's all our fault. I mean, when you invited to a place like this, how can you refuse? I pick up a pool cue and start chalking it.
See, why did you bring your friends more sooner? Like, he's cool. Look, she's cool. Max, it's good to see you. It's been like, what? When was the last time you were here? I mean, over on my side of the side of town.
As much as I hate to admit it, it has been much too long that I've been inside your luxurious establishment, Baron.
Oh, no, I know you're shitting me. But hey, it's good to see you. You hear about the kid?
We wouldn't be here otherwise.
Slides off the thing. Dusts his hands off. All right. Who's all gonna come back here? Because like my office is tiny.
I'm trying to figure out if I'm stripes or solids.
Guard the door.
Okay.
Is this the kind of pool table that has like the quarters?
No, it's one of
Okay.
those old ones that looks like it's like it wobbles a bit when you lean on it too much.
Nice.
And one of the other players goes, "You can be solids."
Done. I'll have to warn you, I suck at it.
Oh man, it's all good. We just do this for fun. I'm not good at it either.
If I
Uh,
see Raheem's gonna play pool, I reach out my hand and like, give me the thermos.
Yeah, here you go. And as like she gets close, just make sure Max doesn't hit him.
We're gonna do our best in there.
Yep, you got this.
And he does lead you to the back.
Vi's gonna grab him by the back of the shirt real quick and just whisper, No mention of big sis.
Got it. That's weird.
And just keep walking.
All right. So cool. I'm glad you're here because this is one of yours, and I don't know what to do with him. I feel
Give
kind
me
of
the situation. What happened? Like the details of it. Did he say anything? As far as I know, this kid was delivered to your door. I was not under the impression that he was here and caused trouble.
I'm taking you got that from Ash. That sounds like Ash.
Yep.
Okay. She's cool for a Tremere. I'll give her that. But so
Cool is not the word that I would use to describe her, but it's a positive one at the least.
I don't like Mini Tremere, but she's cool. I can deal with her. I'd rather deal with Tati, but I hear Tati's out.
Yeah, she's a little bit busy babysitting another one of these.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, so we hadn't even opened yet. A kid comes flying through the door. And Jose at the bar, my ghoul, before I could even move, jumped in between me and the kid broke his arm, and he does push open the door. You could see chained and bound with a pool cue through his back. I might have reacted a little harshly.
Completely within your bounds as the Baron of the city, and having an unknown kindred burst into your bar and injure your ghoul. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to kill the kid. Like, he's just a kid.
Oh,
You didn't
Louise,
know that?
Max said you were level-headed.
I'll take that as a compliment.
You shouldn't.
I'm going to, because people rarely call me level-headed.
That's why you
But
shouldn't.
I'm still gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. This is a good night. I didn't know what to do with him. I don't want to kill him. Like, it's not his fault.
You are technically correct.
Like, if I could find somebody who'd be willing to take on that isn't who. Oh, come on, I don't want Eloise to get this kid. We all know it would not end up well.
That's not why we're here.
Well, I know that's not why we're here. Oh, right, look. I'm keeping him chained, but I'll remove the pool cue.
Maximus.
He's not getting by me, don't worry.
So
Maximus
when I-
just pulls up a chair and sits in front of him.
before you unstake him,
Uh-huh.
and I whisper to Maximus, so this is a trend. You see this, right? They're making fledglings and dumping them into public kindred spaces. Like, it's really deliberate
Mm-hmm.
where they're being left.
Yes, there is some sort of pattern.
Just something to think about while you question him. And I undo the thermos and I fill it and I sit next to Maximus, but I have the cup ready. Okay.
Question before I do that. Baron,
Yeah.
how did you know that this was just some kid?
I've been around here a long time. I remember how it was back in the day. I know a kid in trouble when I see one. I know a shovelhead when I see one.
Well, I guess you've got me pegged then as well.
I just didn't think. I could have. But it's not his fault.
Side
That's
glance
true.
to Maximus.
You know what? Do you think Maximus is picking up these vibes that Rhea is dropping storyteller? Or do you need me to make a roll to pick up on it?
I'm not being subtle.
I know, but like Maximus is pretty, like I have no dots in insight, so he's not very good at reading people.
I would say roll me I'd say wits and insight, but just
I'll
roll
just roll
your
wits.
wits.
Okay.
Add let's say 2 dice because you know Rhea very well.
Okay, so it's not almost all hunger. That's good. That's good.
Oh no.
Oh wait, this is a social roll. A mental roll. I'm sorry. I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Oh.
Oh, it's this night. It's this night. Okay.
Oh.
That is a bestial failure. I rolled no successes even with the willpower.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
Maybe it's the stress that you've had going on here recently. Maybe it's the fact that this kid reminds you very much of yourself. Seeing him like this infuriates you.
Mhm.
And despite the Baron's assurances that he wants the best for them and Rhea as well, how would Max react?
He is trying to keep his he's trying to be objective at this point. Like he wants to give this childer like a benefit of the doubt. He does want to get answers out of him for sure if he's able to. But he, typical to Lasombra, does not really get along with other Lasombra that well. Just I feel like Lasombra have this power complex, even that so above their lesser than rivals, the Ventru. So he's feeling some sort of way about like letting this childer exist right now, but he's not chomping at the bit to kill him yet.
The
Yeah,
Baron reached.
You definitely see like he's tense right now.
The Baron reaches down and pulls the pull cue from his back, and you do see that if he had been unbound, he would have jumped somebody. But he's unable to fully get himself up, and you can see that despite everything, he is young. 18, 19, a kid. And he's growling, eyes coal black.
Baron, you might need to hold his head back and his mouth open.
I got it. He reaches down. And again, Luis is not a big person. Doesn't look to be very strong. Easily can hold his head still.
Rhea.
If he bites
bring-
me, I'm not making any noise that I can be level-headed this time around.
It'll be fine. And
Okay.
I put the cup to his lips. Look at me. Look at me. And I start to pour the blood into his mouth.
It does take a bit, and you do see eventually it calms down once the blood's hit his system. Where am I? What's going on? Who are you people? Oh my god, is this one of those clubs my mom told me not to go to?
Oh no. What's your name?
Why do you want to know? This is a stranger danger situation. This is stranger danger. And you do see that he is just like trying to wiggle, but the Baron like just puts his knee just gently on his back.
How is he chained, by the way? Like, so I have a mental image here. Is he in a chair? Is he like kneeling? Is he standing with his arms up?
Laying on the ground. The chain has his arms wrapped behind his back and his
Okay.
goes down and wrapped around his legs.
Okay, so he's not like bound to like a wall or anything like that.
No.
Okay.
I pour him another cup
Mhm.
and I hold it to his lips to give it to him. My name is Ria, and I'm here to help you.
Okay. Okay. He like confusedly drinking, but at the same time like looking around, like trying to figure everything out. Where am I? Who are you people? Oh, besides you introduced yourself.
Max was just kind of sitting there, like one of his legs is crossed over the other, and he's leaned back in the chair with his hands in his lap.
I'm Luis Rivera. You're in my club. Relax. You didn't hurt anybody. Kid, we're gonna have a long conversation.
Well, that's technically not true. You did break somebody's arm.
I what? Don't tell him.
Xmas.
Come on now. You do see Luis puts his hands over the kid's ears. Goes, come on now. This is hard enough.
Don't tell him anything that we can't get him to remember. We don't want to plant any false memories or anything. Let him come to it himself.
Maximus rolls his eyes and looks away.
And as you guys are in the back dealing with the fledgling, Raheem, you're outside playing pool with a very nice Bruja lady who has introduced herself as Mia. And she introduces her friends, her coterie. You guys are playing pool. You seem to be winning despite the fact that you're not very good at it. Not that they seem to be keeping too much track of it. They're just having a good time. Can you roll me a wits and awareness?
I get kidnapped again. No,
You
done.
are
I'm done
not going
playing.
to get kidnapped.
I'm just doing it because it's a meme at this point. Honestly.
I promise we're not going to kidnap Raheem for a third episode in a row.
Fun fact, I can't be here next week, so oops. Looks like this time it's going to be another Sabbat pack. Only 2 successes.
Ari doesn't need this encouragement.
No. As you are playing pool, the music's loud. You are not the first person to clock it. As something metal hits the floor. Bounce. Bounce.
Can I kick it
Bounce. You can kick it.
back in the direction of the door?
Yes.
I'll do just
Strength and
that.
brawl.
Ooh, strength and brawl. Yeah, I'd love to. You know what? I'm gonna rouse to try and increase my strength.
Mm-hmm.
And I fail.
Mm-hmm.
And with the previous rouse check I gave for free. That makes me up to hunger 3. That's fun. Love that for me. A rouse for me is 2d10. So 3, 2. Hold on. I think I miscounted. My apologies. Okay. And great. That is 4 successes.
You're able to punt it back towards the door right as it explodes.
Damn.
The doorway blows off, and you hear someone shout, "Run." And that's where we're going to end tonight.